Gentlewoman's time has expired.
The Pentagon, the State Department,
gentlewoman is no longer recognized.
Lauren Boebert has long been known for her lunatic eruptions.
Just another con game by the Democrats.
The most recent one came as she voted in favor of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
I mean, Matt Gaetz has said that he said if he puts this on the floor, he said that if he relies on Democratic votes, he will no longer be speaker. Sure, but if he puts it on the floor,
my focus is getting the federal government funded.
8 months earlier, Boebert voted against McCarthy as speaker.
The president needs to tell Kevin McCarthy that, sir, you do not have the votes, and it's time to withdraw.
In the wake of Boebert's most recent vote and flip-flop, headline, "You blew it." Lauren Boebert hit by vicious backlash after supporting McCarthy in speaker vote. Twitter quote, "Lady Patriot, 100% betrayed your base. You can semi-recover from a wild night of groping in Denver, but you won't recover from this." MAGA fanatic Walker, "The people of Colorado will not forget this." Mark Watson, "Too late, you blew it. It's going to be very difficult for you to recover from this. You betrayed your base." And that base once included evangelical Christians who were not exactly thrilled with this.
After surveillance video revealed that she was indeed vaping, as well as she and her companion explicitly groping each other repeatedly while they were in their seats. The Congresswoman, a mother of four and a grandmother.
First of all, what happened is I messed up. I went on a date night, and I am a congresswoman and a public figure, but believe it or not, I'm human too. It's to have this experience broadcast before the whole world, something that was in the dark, is certainly heartbreaking to watch, to see, and I have apologized to my constituents, will continue to do so.
But even Boebert's actions in broad daylight have been embarrassing. She recently tried to smear a U.S. military leader.
As DOD's highest-ranking trans official, this delusional man, thinking he is a woman, embodies and espouses the wokeism that's causing significant harm to our military readiness and troop morale.
People deserve to be treated with dignity and respect when being addressed. Assistant Secretary Skelly has served in her role admirably, as she has done as her time as a naval officer.
Sure, if you want to call Mr. Skelly a her, his chromosomes are still XY, and we trust the science over here rather than delusion and playing dress-up and imaginary games with our military readiness.
I'm not going to engage in hateful rhetoric, Mr. Chair. Instead, I want to focus on the admirable service that our transgender, gay, bisexual members do in an all-voluntary army. They volunteer to put their lives on the line. They deserve the dignity and respect this House can give them.
Dignity and respect, of course, are unfamiliar terms to Lauren Boebert. Accuracy is also unfamiliar. Boebert repeatedly flubs basic facts, even when obsessing over wolves.
Colorado is at the center of our nation for wolf battles. Typically, when these dangerous predators attack, they kill. And wolves don't just kill animals, they kill people as well. From 2002 to present day, approximately 500 people have been attacked by wolves, with nearly 30 of these attacks resulting in human deaths.
I would request unanimous consent to enter an article from wolf.org, which does a little deeper dive into some of the data you just cited, noting that of the 26 fatal wolf attacks around the world during that 20-year period, there was only one in the United States.
Oh, one U.S. fatality from wolves over 20 years. Lauren Boebert was fact-checked in real time and got humiliated. Talk about embarrassment. But it's not just about getting the facts wrong with her. When was the last time Lauren Boebert was so focused or so concerned about gun violence or mass shootings or kids killed in an elementary school? Oh, that's right. Guns are not a problem in the world of Lauren Boebert. Wolves are a problem.
Carlos Anticio in Walden, Colorado. He has a rescue dog here, Scooby-Doo. Well, Scooby-Doo, his cattle dog, and Buster were both killed by wolves. Scooby-Doo had his stomach ripped out and wide open.
I mourn the loss of Scooby-Doo and Buster. They were clearly beloved cattle dogs, loyal, diligent, innocent. But these were dogs killed by wolves. And again, over the last 20 years, wolf violence in the United States has killed just one human being. In the first 3 months of 2023, gun violence killed more than 9,000 Americans, including more than 300 teenagers and children. Did Lauren Boebert ever take congressional committee time to show the photos of those children or tell their story? Did she describe in graphic detail what happens to a child's body when it is hit by a bullet fired from an assault weapon? Lauren Boebert's hypocrisy and detachment from reality are horrifying. Not only are there fewer U.S. human deaths from wolves every decade than guns every day, there are also fewer humans killed by wolves than killed by hammers.
Are we going to start legislating that away? Are we going to be like these other countries who even ban knives? I mean, if hammers are the cause of more death than firearms, then maybe we need to start having background checks on hammers. I mean, look out, Black & Decker. We're already coming after manufacturers for firearms. Maybe you're next.
Actually, we have more firearm deaths than hammers, but it does seem like every time Lauren Boebert gives an interview or speaks at a committee hearing, the hashtag that goes viral is Lauren Boebert is so dumb. Because more often than not, Boebert is wrong on the basic facts. Around the same time that Boebert was making wolves a top concern at that committee hearing, she also expressed concern in another hearing about public peeing in Washington, D.C., and she got shamed.
Did you lead the charge to decriminalize public urination in Washington, D.C.?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever vote in favor of decriminalizing public urination in Washington, D.C.?
Criminal code that was passed by the
Did you ever
council
support?
kept it as a criminal offense.
We have records that show that you were in favor of removing that criminal offense and allowing public urination.
No,
Is that something that you intend to pursue in the future?
No, the legislation you're referring to that came from the Criminal Code Reform Commission changed public urination from a criminal to a civil offense. The council then changed that to maintain it as a criminal offense at the request of the mayor.
Thank you. I yield.
I think that people would love if I would tone it down, but you know, we had our Lord Jesus that certainly didn't tone it down for anyone.
Madam Chair, one moment. My apologies. I do not have amendment number 77 in front of me. But Madam Chair, I do urge adoption of Amendment 77 to be considered to decrease the salary of the Deputy Secretary.
Unprepared, incapable of accuracy or basic facts, full of herself, and a total buffoon and hypocrite, Lauren Boebert arguably represents the worst in our nation. But she is up for re-election in 2024, and even her Republican-leaning district seems to have had enough. Polls show Boebert trailing the leading Democrat by double digits. In other words, prepare for more Lauren Boebert eruptions and meltdowns. By the way, if Lauren Boebert makes you cringe, imagine how network news correspondents at the White House feel about Peter Doocy.
Would President Biden ever try to get out of a meeting by pulling a fire alarm?
The reactions from Doocy's colleagues have become increasingly noteworthy. Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Schuster. Thanks for joining us.